Yeah, and then in part, to kick it off here with part four, we get the battle underneath Gotham Harbor,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and
When
that
Aquaman
is
decides to show up and say, you know what?
shows up at the last minute, and
Yeah.
actually after rewatch and rewatch, I think it was on the fourth or fifth time I rewatched it. What I happened to notice is when he when the missile goes through when the missile goes through the concrete and all the water starts to come through. I didn't realize, but there is a VFX shot of Arthur coming through the hole in the tunnel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then there's a follow up kind of close up of his face, and it shows that close up of his face, and the water's kind of running across it. But if
Yep,
you
I seen
watch it
that.
closely,
Yeah.
yeah, but if you watch it closely, Steppenwolf launches the missile into the wall, and then boom tubes up. And as soon as the water starts coming through, about 2 or 3 seconds into it, you see Arthur come through the hole.
Damn, I missed that. I didn't. Yeah, I
So
definitely didn't see that. But I did remember seeing his face, like when the water was just like in front of him. He was just like he was almost hiding behind the water.
Yeah, so that was a great
lurking. He looked like he
that
was
was a
just
great
lurking.
Yeah, that was a great little shot that kind of got tossed in there that I didn't notice, and like I said, until the fourth or fifth watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah, very significant moment. Like you said, like.
Well, and that fight scene was just
they got him.
Yeah. Well, and I think, right prior to that, the mother box is stolen from Atlantis, so he takes off, and so he decides that he's got to find it. He's got to figure out what's going on.
True, I guess, yeah. And he knows.
So that's why he was on his way to Gotham.
Oh, that shithole.
He knew. I don't know how he knew where to be at the time, but he was headed to Gotham either way.
Right, 100%. He was going to find Bruce. That's really all it was.
Yeah, and I think the fighting, the togetherness of the fighting in that one was a lot better.
Guys, this is not together.
Like working off of each
other? Cyborg. Well, yeah, when Cyborg and Flash kind of get a little bit more like Flash isn't so scared to, he has that moment where he says, "Oh, I'm really missing Superman."
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to have that moment where he gets pulled aside and has a pep talk with Batman about saving people.
I can't be here. It's really cool. You guys seem ready to do battle and stuff, but full transparency, I've never done battle. I've just pushed some people and run away.
He just gets in there with Victor, and they just start running people up and down the stairs, and
he looked more like like he's done this before, as opposed to being a rookie.
Yeah,
they made him seem like a super rookie in the first one. Held him back.
Yeah, and then Cyborg comes out, and they're all outside, and he's like, He's like, "Okay, everybody's safe. You should get back inside." And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. There's a fight going on," and he takes off back inside.
Tunnel, right? Aliens, bad guy, sword lady.
Yeah,
like he's got something important to do. It's not.
Now I'm done.
He really is kind of
giving.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that he gets a little bit more fun in that, and he gets kind of that oh shit moment too, because he gets carried off by two parademons. He gets shot in the leg, and he gets saved right away. But he gets picked up, and he has his oh shit, and he's
I didn't catch that in the first time we watched it. I didn't know that he got hit right there in that one as well. I thought he just got hit in the very last, in the last scene where they're storming his Steppenwolf's. What I don't know, what is it, like a dome?
The stronghold.
Yeah, the stronghold. Okay,
the stronghold. Yeah. So it was so he was shot in the leg in that one. So he in the Gotham Harbor scene. So
yep. I didn't know that until again.
Yeah, they do a lot better.
Yeah, they do
a lot better job with teamwork, but it also shows off, like Steppenwolf also, they're gonna need somebody.
Yeah.
because Batman gets in his crawler.
My turn.
And he just jumps right onto it and just tears it to pieces.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't tear it to pieces, but he breaks it down and sends it crashing down to the ground. He has Wonder Woman's number until Bruce shows up with the crawler.
Yeah.
The parademons were ready to fly off with Barry.
Shit was falling apart.
So it was falling apart a little bit on him. They weren't they were working collectively well as a unit, but it was not going to go over very well.
It just went to show that, like you said, how important and how significant it is to get Superman back in this bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and this is also too when Steppenwolf gets finds the anti-life equation.
Yep.
Carved within Earth.
And the mother box spoke to him, right? In that scene, that's how he was able to like transport it to where the equation is, which was on land, on man.
Yeah.
Man, land.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, on land.
That's not right. Great.
The fact that Darkseid already knew where the anti-life equation was, he just didn't realize that it was Earth. And I thought that was kind of interesting because he had all this tech. He had, like, how did he not? I mean, I know he lost the mother boxes to Earth, but how over the years did he not realize that was Earth?
Yeah, because the fight, right? Like, he had the fight here.
He had the fight there, and he knew that. Yeah.
And it was already on the ground when they showed the charging scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like when everybody's charging, you can see the fire in the ground. You can tell.
So he found it, right? And then he lost it. Yeah,
right then and there in that scrap.
Mm-hmm. So he found it and they lost it.
How did he forget?
I don't think he forgot. I don't know. I don't think he forgot. Right? That axe blow did some damage. Ares axe blow did some more than just collarbone damage.
Knocked the memory out that.
But
I think I won't remember this. Not tomorrow.
But it was just kind of interesting how he didn't know that the planet he was on was Earth, but. And I thought it was just kind of cool imagery when he talks to the mother boxes, and he goes and he finds the same valley, the same battleground that Darkseid was on, and they have the same the same animation where they're dragging their hands through the dirt, and they're feeling the dirt, and they both realize that all anti-life is here, and they swing their ceremonial weapon. They swing their weapons into the ground, and shit just cracks and
spark that shit.
And then, so that was kind of weird to me that he didn't know that it was Earth, because clearly it's a big sore spot with him, because as soon as Steppenwolf also started mentioning it, Desaad shut it down.
He found it hidden on a primitive planet, but before
the story of the Defiance is well known.
I have found the primitive planet, the world that fought back. It is Earth.
Oh,
we don't need to
don't bring that shit in here.
Oh, you gotta bring up
don't bring
shit,
that shit
nigga.
in here. Yeah. And then that's why Steppenwolf's good. He kind of catches an attitude with him too, and he said, "Well, I found the goddamn planet."
Right.
Well, I found where it happened. It's here.
Y'all want to be some bitches, or y'all want to ride out and go get it? What's up?
Ready the Armada. We will use the old ways.
I thought it was cool, but at the same time, I was like, well, how did Darkseid not know?
Yeah.
How did they not know that it was Earth?
Yeah, it's weird that they forgot it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Or is it even really they forget?
So-
Was it not named then? I mean,
That's what. Well, yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, I guess it was thousands of years ago, but humans were a part of it. So
yeah, they hid one of the boxes in
in dirt.
some way.
That was so. Can we just pause for a second and just I really need to get something off of my chest.
Oh yes, go ahead.
So I get it, like the mythology behind it, like the box of man.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't Zeus take it? Or Ares take it? Why wouldn't one of the gods take it? Like, give one of the Amazons.
They're not technically men.
Give one to the.
They can't. They're not supposed to get mixed in with human shit.
I guess okay. I'll buy that.
Like, that's y'all shit, nigga. We just came here because, you know what I'm saying?
So then why did they get involved in the first place? If they're not supposed to get involved, why are they involved in the first place?
Only in, like, I want to say they can only get involved in, like, serious things, like when they're going against, like, gods of, like, other.
So how's guarding the mother box isn't a serious thing? I mean, they saw what happened when those three things come together.
Yeah.
And
which was my question.
You see how the Atlanteans guard it, and you see how the Amazonians guard it, and then we just threw it in like 8 feet of dirt
in a backyard in Indiana somewhere,
and called it a fucking day.
They just fucking found a hole,
and then the Nazis perchance dig it up. Like, what the fuck? Oh man, I had to look past that a little bit. That was one of those that it took me out of the movie for a second.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, what? Why wouldn't one of the gods take it? It doesn't make sense. But maybe there is some reason. Maybe there's some.
I mean, if you think about it, like a lot of what is the nationality of most of the scientists in the Marvel universe? They're like German scientists. They kind of all play off of like wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say Operation Paperclip, but that's something totally different. But it had to do with different things. But they were just German scientists that came over to work for NASA, basically. But they
that's the thing is that the Nazis dug it up, but the Nazis didn't know what they had, and it wasn't until Silas decided to open it up.
Who?
Silas.
Who is that?
Cyborg's dead.
Who there? Oh, okay.
How many of you are there?
It's pretty crazy though that nobody was able to understand it until Silas's dad. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe better technology.
Well, even his dad didn't fully understand
what the fuck he was doing either. Yeah, his son mentioned that.
Yeah,
he's like unleashed something that he had no idea of what he was doing,
what it was capable of. Yeah.
Fucking around with science and shit.
Made from a science so advanced, it looks like sorcery.
And then cool, because then that's when he gets to his big his big talk through. He talks through the entire history of the mother box, and that's when he tells his story about getting reignited by it, and that's when everybody kind of realizes that it brought Victor back, so it could probably bring back somebody else.
Bring back who?
Who's gonna say it? I'm not gonna say it.
Superman.
Say the name, baby.
Superman.
Do you think they understand the significance of what they're doing? or what they're saying right then and there, or do you think they realize it when they're actually? Arthur seems, again, I feel like Arthur is always not with it. Like even from the get go, like even in the first part of that, he's like,
yeah, he's kind of the only one that's not really 100% on board.
yeah, he's like, y'all
But
niggas
it's
tripping. Like, do y'all know what y'all talking about doing?
I think it's because he has an outside view of it.
Okay, for sure.
He when you kind of look at Arthur, he feels like he doesn't belong to the earth or the sea.
It's just a lost boy.
And he's just he doesn't really have a stake in it until he really realizes that the world is on the line.
Right.
So for him, I just think Bruce is driven by his guilt.
Yeah.
Diana's kind of driven by her guilt. And
what?
Barry and
not being there when Steppenwolf came through?
Or not. Yeah, not really her guilt, but I just think
to prove herself.
I think she understands the significance of what they're up against.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, she's kind of the protector of. What do they call it? They call it man. They call it like the world of man or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't she like a protector?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So she understands.
Yeah, like it's almost her duty.
The significance of bringing him back, and then Barry and Victor are just kind of. I mean, Barry wants to bring back Superman because he's got no. He just knows. He knows we need Superman. Yeah,
like you said, he don't got no friends.
Mm-hmm. He's got no friends.
I need friends.
Wait.
So I'll do it.
Stop right there. I'm in.
The easiest.
Right. And I think too. You're right, and I think too their overall deduction.
Yeah.
Of realizing that the mother boxes didn't wake up until Superman died. Oh, excuse me. That's kind of why Steppenwolf has that line about, there's no protectors here.
No lanterns,
no Kryptonian.
What is the lanterns part?
The Green Lantern.
Referencing? Ah.
Yeah, that's what that means.
It's so cool.
Because the Green Lantern Corps, because the Green Lantern Corps is they're basically just an international cop force.
Gotcha.
Not international. I'm sorry, intergalactic. I'm sorry, not international. Intergalactic.
They the police.
Yeah, of the galaxy.
Okay.
Top flight security of the galaxy.
Of the galaxy, not.
We top flight security of the world, Craig. Shit, not just the city, the world.
Just the world.
Not just the world, Craig. The galaxy.
They need security in the world, Craig.
The galaxy, Craig. All right. Okay, cool. Because I mean, I don't really understand what the lanterns do. I just know that they're kind of hella powerful because they have that ring that can create almost anything.
Yeah, they're just. Yeah, they're just guardians. Guardians of the. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right.
So yeah, so bringing it all back, they bring Superman back to life. And then I gotta be honest, dog. I know you liked it.
Yeah,
I know you love it. I know you love it. I don't. Okay, so I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I think it's weird. I think it's weird. Okay,
Weird? It makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. But I will tell you
He's
why.
Confused. He don't know what he is.
I know.
Okay. Remember who you are. Remember?
I know. But here's the thing. I know. I get that. What I don't understand. Here's what I don't understand.
Go ahead.
It was. But here's. Oh, okay. here's my issue with it. My one
Give
and
me your
only
Wonder
issue.
Woman impression.
No, I won't.
All right, go ahead. I'm gonna get one out of you.
I won't.
Go ahead.
I won't give you the satisfaction.
All right, fine. Go.
Why
is it bad?
I don't get why Cyborg's tech malfunction. Now, I understand that he's part of Mother Box technology, and that it's a warrant. It now realizes that he's awake. I understand that now he's awake, but at this point, we've seen Victor do enough that he should have been able to shut it down,
control it.
Yeah, a little bit. And that scene looked really clunky. Like when Flash was just like standing there, like no, and he's like kind of like hunched over a little bit, like no, Victor, no, and it seemed just really, it seemed really clunky and weird. Like for me, it did.
Go ahead.
It did.
Go ahead.
I don't understand why he couldn't have shut down. Why he couldn't have shut it down. He's already so far in control.
The Mother Box took over.
I'm not gonna buy that because he's not. I'm not gonna buy that because he's hooked to the tech. Like he's not
5% Mother Box. Not even.
I know, but okay, but here's the thing then. Then when they destroyed the Mother Boxes at the end of the movie, Victor should have died.
He didn't die? Okay, you got it.
So while he came,
I just think they're connected.
Right, they're connected, but he's already had his. He's had his powers for this long. They already did the big monologue with his dad. He went through. He gave that woman all that money. He realizes what his powers can do. So if he can get a hold of nuclear codes with a thought, he should be able to shut down his security interface. Like he should be able to control it a little bit at least. Yeah, like it should be able to interface with his mind to know that, hey, Clark's a good dude. Don't set it off. The thing that would have worked for me for the fight is if they all showed up. He's standing there in all his baby oiled glory, because we all know that he just got bathed in the baby oil for that scene.
Oh my gosh. Okay, go ahead.
So he shows up, but then for me, what would have worked is if somehow within just a couple of seconds of all them showing up and kind of in awe of Superman and him kind of looking over everybody.
Yeah.
Is when Bruce shows up. And Bruce is the trigger. Because it makes more sense for Bruce to be the trigger for the fight to go on rather than Victor's security malfunctioning. Like, because then if Bruce shows up, because that's the lasting memory he's got of Batman is you just tried to kill me, and then I got myself killed saving you, and now I got to look at you again. So, like to me, that would have kind of set off the
right. Hold on now.
You know what I mean?
Victor's defensive thing goes off. Is that in the theatrical cut too, or no? Am I bugging?
It's in the theatrical cut too. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's they added a little bit more dialogue to it.
Okay.
But it's still essentially the same scene. So for me, what probably would have worked better is if maybe, and again, I'm a couch critic. I still think the movie was great. I'm just nitpicking.
Yeah.
But if in that time that they all show up and they're all gawking at him, and then Bruce shows up and he sees Bruce, and that kind of sets him off, and then that in fact sets Victor's security thing off.
Right.
Because if you remember, if you go back to the tunnel scene,
Mm-hmm.
his armor kind of just reacts the way he reacts when he sees his dad get threatened. He like doesn't even realize that he's making a cannon out of his arm as he's doing it. He sees his dad being threatened, and he's like, "No!" And he rips the bars off. Ooh, excuse me. He rips the bars off, and all of a sudden his arm just like turns into a cannon, and he shoots. Like he doesn't know.
Right. It's reactive.
So it's reactive. So for me, when Superman shows up, he's not doing anything threatening. He's just standing there.
He scanned him.
He's just standing there. He's not.
Okay, but think about Cyborg right now as a computer, and think of it as like like maybe it was like cybersecurity is what happened with him when Superman.
But again, but he should be able to control it. So and that's the thing is that Cyborg himself,
if he could control it in the fight, and everything's
right, but he sensed danger because his dad was in danger.
So it's danger that
so when he's
right? We can agree.
Right. So when they're standing there with Superman, they're not in any relative danger because they're all just standing there, like staring at each other.
But remember when he was like, "What is he doing?" And he was like, "He's scanning us." Do you think that was like the mother box because he's a cyborg? Do you think that right there was considered a threat to the nature of the mother box that's within Cyborg when he got scanned? Because he was trying to figure out what they were, who he was.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's what set off the mother box was just being scanned? Period.
I don't think so because I think Victor is because I think at this point
he has enough to control everything right there.
I think Victor at this point has enough to control it to where he's calm. Victor doesn't sense any danger. Victor is like, okay, this is a normal situation. It's Aquaman that is kind of standing there and is all tense and has the intense heartbeat.
Yeah.
But it's not really, nothing happens until Victor's security override malfunctions.
I might have to watch that scene back and kind of slow it down because I want to see what he sees when he scans it. I know he sees pretty much all computer. Or like wire.
Yeah, and so like that's the thing. Like he doesn't do any glowing eyes. He doesn't do anything until Victor shoots a rocket at him.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, I think it's just the danger
which would set anybody off.
I think
So that's why I was nitpicking and
yeah. But other than
because
like the Barry part is so iconic. Like his eyes doing the fucking
when he's side eyeing Barry.
Yeah, that's so like those are iconic parts.
I liked that, but I don't know. I felt like the fight scene. I just felt like it didn't really. I felt like it should have worked post Bruce showing up. Like if none of that had happened and then Bruce showed up, and he because then that's the thing, because then Bruce shows up and he just unleashes the heat vision on him.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm done fucking with y'all." Move.
So then if he does the heat vision, that could set off. Now Victor senses danger and he probably might set off his security. And then he goes flying into Superman to stop him from shooting Bruce. And it kind of sets off and then it just could have been something brief where he like knocks Victor around and then Wonder Woman and Aquaman, and then Wonder Woman's like, shit. Like she said to Arthur earlier, she's like, we need to restrain him. And then, it's just like a quick, I didn't think it needed to be as long as it was.
Yeah.
But I will say this: what I did love about that scene is that Lois coming back made more sense. Like the fact that she was there, like the fact that she kept on going back to Memorial Park every day.
Yep.
You know, she'd stop to get coffee. She'd get a coffee for her. She'd get a coffee for the police officer.
Yeah.
And then she'd go and stand at the park.
Yeah.
And you know, she's there for quote, you know, one last time. And that's when Superman shows up. So I did like that. Yeah, I did like that aspect of it rather than Alfred driving her up in a Maybach. Because they think, yeah, so
king shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of. So it, you know.
I like the fight still. You're crazy.
I'm just being nitpicky. I'm just
the part when he takes out Arthur too, when he fucking just cha-cha slides.
When he just punches. Oh yeah.
When Flash is running towards him, he just like
and he just takes it.
Yeah. I like that part.
Yeah, no,
it just shows like his
it shows his power,
his abilities.
Yeah,
it's so and then it's dope to me. But yeah, it was a decent one. He definitely.
But that's the thing is that when that's the thing. That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
In order to like show his power, you don't like you. They showed it in the end fight when he just shows up and handles. He just suns him.
Yeah. He like it's like, Dan, did you even pinch the bitch? Just got your ass handed to.
Dude. It's like that one kid that's just at home misbehaving for 3.5 hours. And then as soon as dad gets home,
it's a perfect
not impressed. It just just catches that ass whooping.
Real fast.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then
he came.
And then can we just talk about the glory, the sheer glory of his death?
Yes.
I mean, first of all, let's just talk about how in the theatrical cut, I'm just going to give you a scenario.
Uh-huh.
And they say, look, this is how they killed Steppenwolf in this movie. And somebody comes around and says, that's not going to work. I want you to recycle the Wonder Woman footage so that she's running up the side of something and what she's actually going to be cutting is Steppenwolf's axe in half. Because if you go back and watch the theatrical cut and watch it's literally the same exact. They recycled the footage. It's literally the same exact motion, the same exact cut, the same exact slow motion frame.
Yeah.
But instead of Steppenwolf's head, it's his axe that gets cut in half.
Fire that person immediately.
And then he gets scared, and then we're gonna have him get scared, and the parademons are gonna eat him because they smell his fear. Like barbecue. Instead of what we were shown. Him just getting beheaded and then his head crushed. I will never get tired of watching that.
No,
I will never ever get tired of watching that.
That scene was fucking sick. It was definitely they delivered it. That shit was sick.
And the crunch, like when his horn snaps, when Darkseid steps on it, the crunch and the snap, and oh man, it never gets old.
It doesn't. Straight up, yeah, bro. Straight up put him on a fork, and then she just came through
and just beheads him.
Who didn't Superman break his horn off before? One of his horns?
Yeah, with the laser vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, he
just
was
sawed
scared
it
as
off.
hell. He was scared as hell when he saw his eyes glow. And then he dodged it. He dodged the first one, and it tore up like the little whatever in the back. Steppenwolf's face. His face when he looked back at him was like, what the fuck? It's like, what the fuck is this? It's like, who is this?
Yeah, he knew.
Yeah.
He's in trouble.
He knew what it was. Yeah.
And then that whole sequence too. I mean, dog, can you understand my pain and my anguish and my anger about that random ass Russian family being in that movie?
Yeah. It was so random.
Do you see?
Yeah.
No fucking sense. Okay, bro. So think about this.
They were just giving Barry chores to do, basically. They were like, just write him in.
So, right. So instead of having him
Juice.
Flashpoint run back in time and save the world and do something cool,
yeah,
we're going to have him push a car to outrun.
I've said it once or twice, said it 3 times, said it multiple times. In the theatrical version, they did Barry so fucking just so bogus.
Oh, bro.
So bogus.
That's what I'm saying.
At the end when they were fighting,
you wasted time on that.
They had him laying down like he was a fucking Victoria, like a Sports Illustrated model. Like what? What was the point? What is the point?
Like,
at this point, tell them to stay home.
Mm-hmm. Go home. Bye. See you later.
Don't even use them.
Dostoevsky.
All right. So before we get out of here, I want to get your thoughts on the nightmare, the epilogue, the nightmare.
Yeah.
Do you think Jared Leto gets redemption? Do you think you would want to see more of Zack Snyder's interpretation of him, or do you think that's it for you? Like you wouldn't care to see more. What did you think of his getting rid of the tattoos and having the long wavy hair?
Looked better.
Mm-hmm.
But
I see the wheels turning.
I'm in
the same boat.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Jared Leto Joker. I'm just not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. He looked better. He looked better, but I just don't like Jared Leto as the Joker. I don't like his laugh.
I think
his laugh is you can't do you like his laugh?
So here's my take on Jared Leto's Joker.
Go ahead.
I don't love him. I don't hate him. I think what it would be is I would need an entire movie with Leto and Affleck to really, you know what I mean? Like not a 5-minute scene.
You got to breathe them in.
Mm-hmm. And and not only that, but so you have to take into context that Leto's Joker. Now they're in this post-apocalyptic kind of nightmare sequence.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think for me, I think I think Leto suffers from I think it sucks. I think he got put in a hard spot because you look at you had Ledger before him,
The GOAT.
and then people will always remember Hamill's from the animated series and from the Arkham games.
Yep.
And then you had Leto's Joker, who never really
Started off bad.
got a chance. Yeah.
Started off way.
I don't
way
think
worse.
that. Well, and so I
Then
think
they cut off his
I think
lines,
it
you know, in Suicide Squad.
they cut all of his lines, and I think for me, again, this all comes down to Warner Brothers hitting the panic button, and they didn't want. I don't think they wanted the Joker that I think Jared Leto could deliver.
Oh, so you think
Like,
he was going back?
I think he was held back significantly. And I think if you gave him a full movie as the actual bad guy,
Yeah.
because I think again, Warner Brothers hit the panic button and wanted kind of more of a cartoony, goofy. Because I mean, honestly, other than the damage tattoo, I had no problem with the tattoos. Because you think about if you had a Joker in today's contemporary world, with the way that pulp culture moves and things like that, like
Yeah. He should be.
he would probably have a couple of tattoos.
He'd have face tattoos. He's a little pump for sure.
He would probably be a gangster.
Yeah.
I could buy that. I could totally buy that.
It was so annoying though.
It was, and I don't think they did it well enough. I think they tried to cartoon it up way too much.
And they rushed through it. It was rushed.
They rushed through it. And again, I think you just need. I think Leto never got a chance to show if his Joker, how sadistic or calculating his Joker could be.
Okay. I mean, between the
And
two
so I
movies,
think
he still doesn't get that much screen time, obviously.
he doesn't. And then, of course, you had Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. So it's like, where
He's
is
decent.
Leto's?
I like that movie for other reasons, not for Joaquin's performance.
So, oh really? Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
but so to me, it was just, I think he was kind of thrown into a hard spot, and now he's never going to get the screen time to potentially show it off, and so he's not going to. So that's the thing, is that he ends up down at the bottom of my list by default, almost.
Of Jokers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not because I didn't love him or I didn't hate him. It's that he falls to the bottom of my list by default because I don't have enough of him.
Yeah. Wave the road, buddy.
I know. So that's my take on that. But I will say though, some of the lines were delivered a little funky from him. I didn't really, but the dialogue exchange I thought was awesome between him.
Yeah,
and
I did too. Both blaming each other.
I thought, and
he's like, I'm gonna kill you. I liked how Batman was serious.
And when I killed you, and make no mistake, I will fucking kill you. And I do it slow. I'm gonna honor that promise.
And I saw an interview again. I've been like just combing through these interviews with Zack Snyder. I saw he did an interview where he talked about how he has a scene written out for that nightmare sequence where it's like the night before, and so it's like basically like a Last Supper type scene, and they're all having like a confessional. Because they all think they're gonna die, like they're gonna. It's like a storm the gates. Like they're gonna storm the gates.
Yeah,
and And so they all think they're going to die. And so Joker breaks the truce and tells the story of killing Robin. And that's the scene we get. So everybody kind of like has their little confessionals, and they're like little. It sounds like to me the way he described it was that everybody has their little like short story confessional, and then the Joker gets his, and it fades into where he basically narrates over the killing of Robin, and it's not like how it goes in the Death of the Family. Like it sounds like Robin goes down swinging. And it's like an epic fight scene. So like that would be like, and that's the thing. Like if we saw a very physical Jared Leto who could hold his own with a Robin, like who dies an incredibly physical death, like it might be a great scene to be laid out that maybe might put Leto higher on my Joker list.
Maybe I'll give you that.
You know, but we're not going to be able to see that, and
oh no,
but
nope, because they give you all this great content, and then they say nah.
Because we've yet to get a live action. I'm honestly surprised that we have yet to get a live action Joker killing Robin scene out of any Batman movie. Because that is like one of the most iconic stories and moments in Batman lore and history. And we've never seen a live action version of it.
Mm.
And the way Zack Snyder shoots action scenes, it would be
pretty fucking dope.
Oh, it would be great.
It would be. Yeah, I would. I mean, I don't really know too much of the background behind that, so
we could talk about that off camera.
All right, for sure.
We talk that off screen, yes, sir. We could even probably do an episode about it.
All right, well, shit. Take us out, man. What are you gonna take us out with?
Brother, man, I don't know. That's it, I guess. I mean, that's all I got. I don't know. Do you got any more before we wrap up?
Nah. I mean, I wish they would do some more of these so I could, really get a chance to get invested into it, kind of how they did with Marvel for me. I've seen everything leading up to it, and I don't know. I like some of their individual movies, but I just would like to see that storyline of the nightmares, like the extended nightmare, and I would like to see that unfold. So,
yes, sir.
Other than that, great fucking movie.
Yes, excellent movie.
Great movie.
Thank you, HBO Max. Thank you, Zack Snyder.
Thank you. Finally, thank you, Subway.
Thank you Subway. Thank you to fucking everybody that pushed.
Yeah, it was a long time overdue, and y'all finally got it, man.
And it was fantastic.
First time I feel like, not maybe first time, but something of this stature where it was definitely public pushed, by the community.
Oh yeah,
which is cool to see, like a group of people from all different probably races, religions, whatever the case is, all pushing and clamoring for this one thing, and you guys finally, you guys got it. So that's pretty cool.
The power of the interwebs.
You know what I'm saying? Power of the interwebs. But all right, y'all. That's it from us. We'll catch you in the next one, which is 1 and 2 of Captain
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Ooh wee! Hope y'all been watching.
That'll be fun.
It's about to get good. It's about to get real.
It's gonna get good. We're gonna have some fun chatting that one up.
Most definitely. See you guys next time.
All righty. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace.